In our last video, we explored the historic downtown of Winter Park, Florida, a suburb of Orlando. In this video,
we're in Winter Garden, Florida, right next to Lake Apopka. So while we're not technically in downtown Winter Garden yet, we're really close in beautiful Newton Park, which is just on the edge of Lake Apopka. And yes, we already saw a gator. Lake Apopka is the fourth largest lake in Florida, covering about 30,000 acres with an average depth of 15.5 feet. It is the head of a chain of lakes that comprises 7 lakes, the Harris Chain Lakes. Now this is confusing. If you watched our Inverness video, we talk about the Sala Apopka chain of lakes. Lake Apopka actually isn't part of that chain, so that was interesting. Anyway, in the 1940s, Lake Apopka was one of Central Florida's main attractions. Fishermen came from all over the U.S. seeking trophy-sized bass. You heard us mention alligators, and as of 2023, Lake Apopka supposedly has 634 alligators. I have no idea whose job it is to count those, but I hope they are well compensated.
of course, alligators are synonymous with Florida. The sign is no joke. It is definitely against the law to feed the alligators.
And speaking of alligators, here's one of the 634. Winter Garden is 15 miles east of Orlando. It was established in 1903 with just 191 residents and incorporated in 1908. Today, the population is around 47,000.
All right, we spent a little more time at the lake than we intended to, but it was really cool. And yes, right off the bat, we saw an alligator. We added the footage. Now we're in Winter Garden, and although it's the first week in January, there's still a lot of Christmas stuff that they haven't got down. We'll try not to make this too Christmassy, but it'll be hard to avoid all of it. But anyways, enjoy downtown Winter Garden. For context, we recorded this video on January 5th. Winter Garden is a very small town. At least the downtown portion is only a few blocks long, and the street is called Plant Street. And also, just for clarification, Caroline and I have nothing against Christmas. We love Christmas. It's just that the videos on YouTube for this city almost all revolve around Christmas, so we were hoping that waiting a week into January, that sort of would have been gone, so we were surprised to see that it's still very much decorated for the holidays. What you're seeing here is the Winter Garden interactive fountain and splash pad. The edge of this fountain is also the location of their farmers market, and we decided it would also be time to check out one of the side streets, which is Tremaine Street, before making our way back to the main street, which is again Plant Street.
Straight ahead is the Central Florida Railroad Museum. The arrival of the Orange Belt Railroad in 1885 and the production of citrus, turpentine, and lumber led to significant growth in Winter Garden that continued well into the 20th century. Back-to-back freezes in the 1980s decreased citrus farming in the county, and today little citrus activity occurs within Winter Garden, but it's still an important part of their heritage.
As mentioned earlier, the core of the downtown is fairly small, so it was time to head back to the Main Street, or Plant Street.
This city's seen growth since 2000 due to efforts to rejuvenate downtown and attract businesses and tourists. One of the neat places that we didn't capture in a video because they were doing construction on it is the Garden Theater. It dates back to 1935 and has hosted plays, concerts, and musics. It was built originally as a single-screen cinema and the first in Central Florida to have talkies. It allowed locals to watch films and newsreels. Unfortunately, it closed in 1963, but it was restored and reopened in 2008. Straight ahead is the West Orange Heritage and Cultural Center, which is operated by the Winter Garden Heritage Foundation. If you visit, it is closed on Sundays and Mondays. All other days, it is open from 11 to 3.
We're sometimes asked if we ever actually visit these museums, and the answer is yes, sometimes we do. They'll never make the videos. This is our personal thing, but we just don't like to put paid attractions onto the videos, especially after COVID, where they rely so much on human traffic. So you'll never see a paid attraction on our video, but the answer is yes, we often do go to these places. As stated before, it's a pretty small downtown, so as we often do, we decided to go back the opposite direction, but on the other side of the street.
The Edgewater Hotel, built in 1927 for the fishermen, is still operating today. Now it's time to wrap this up.
All right, what did you think of Winter Garden?
Winter Garden is very charming. Now it's after the holidays and they still have their holiday stuff up. I would love to come here before the holidays and see it in full swing, but very charming, definitely worth the visit.
Yeah, or come at the holidays, because these guys definitely do it up. And it's just really a cute downtown. So again, if you're in the Orlando area, what is this, maybe 15 minutes from the downtown, it's definitely worth to check it out. So thumbs up for me.
Cheers!
Get off the couch, we'll see you next time.